my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Good morning. I'm not in the in my kitchen doing a grocery haul. I'm currently downstairs. I was just out in the veggie garden checking our veggies because our supply out there is fantastic. I've got a couple of cucumbers and some zucchinis to pick soon, but I have got a basil. I'll show you. I'll quickly show you. I've just been cleaning up downstairs. Not that you guys care because you're here for a grocery haul. So I'm wearing like my really cute gardening and cleaning clothes while I do this grocery haul this morning. But let me take you over and give you a quick update because I think it's important. Grocery haul, but we're doing a lot of growing of our own. For example, my basil bush. So I picked a bunch of basil. I'm gonna do like a basil, tomato, garlic. Look at this bee pollinating. I love you. Thank you. Oh, those rocks are really hot. I think we've got a storm coming. So it's really hot and muggy, but doing really well. My tomatoes have just started taking off again. Loads of spring onions. I'm going to use them in salads this week. These look really sad, but I transplanted them because they were suffocating on this side over here. So I came through and I've got a bunch of beans I just picked. So we're going to use some of those. These were my zucchinis. I think I done my feet are burning, an Instagram reel showing them. But I did have some, like lots of flowers in there. I don't know if you can see the yellow heads, they're the flowers. So hopefully get something there. I didn't have much luck with my feet are burning. What's the word? Beetroot in here. So I put some in here the other week. Lemon tree is doing good for 2 lemons. I did give it a trim to try and give it a bit of shape and density again, but I'm hoping these turn nice and yellow in the coming weeks to have some lemons. Getting ready to do some potatoes soon. Always got to think a few months ahead for a veggie garden. I put a tomato plant in here, but I think it is starting to cook, so I don't know if that's going to take off. And I picked some cucumbers. I mean, look at this lovely baby right here. So I've got plenty of cucumbers in this here. I have learnt cucumbers are a very big vine. I should have put them here to grow up the trellising, and I should have put the zucchinis here. I know for next year, totally fine. But I tidied all this up. I put these in, and I'm just getting like lots of lovely new crawling growths. They'll all become cucumbers there. So, and this is meant to be my capsicum plants that were just getting suffocated by these here. So I should get my own capsicums coming in through here soon. And then just very quickly over here, this is why I keep hacking at the basil plant, because this one, yeah, my feet are burning again. This one here on the very end is actually my chili plant, but it's just getting taken over by the basil. 3 neighbours have had basil this week. I'm going to hack it. I've hacked it again. I'll hack it again tomorrow. The mint is starting to take off here. And then, yeah, possums, you're welcome. You're eating all of my parsley, which is, oh, see, we had a storm yesterday too. Kids, I need to come down and clean that out. But anyway, that was just my update. Oh my goodness, on the veggie garden. I need to mow the lawns before this potential storm hits this afternoon. If you're in Queensland, you know when it gets like really muggy, you've got about 2-3 hours up your sleeve before a storm comes through. Anyway, let's go upstairs and look at groceries for the week. First one of the year. I'm doing it with lots of dust and dirt all through me, but that's fine. I've got both kids. I'm not puffed from walking up and down the stairs. I'm puffed because I have been non-stop all morning. My kids are totally vegging out. My house is at absolute schmozzles, but we're just going to run with it. But we're going to do groceries for the week. So, the past few weeks, I haven't filmed. I've just been flat out trying to keep my head above water. We've had to rip out a bathroom. We're doing downstairs, Christmas, birthdays. I had 2 birthdays this year towards the end of the year in our immediate family. And believe it or not, I filmed about 4 grocery hauls and I just never got around to uploading them. I'm like, it's just gone too far now to bother uploading it, but today's one's going to go up this afternoon for you. Promise. I promise you. So I spent $163.22. Coles had spent $200, get $20 off, but I actually had a lot of things that were substituted and not available in my grocery haul this week. So I got the $20 off, so it brought me down to like $180.90. I just go over the 200. And then the other stuff they had to substitute. They didn't have my bread flour, so that got taken out. They didn't have watermelon, they didn't have broccoli. There's a bunch of stuff they didn't have. Kind of expected it. It kind of feels like we're going through another one of those little waves of not available, can't get, price has gone up so you don't want to pay for it, and the sales just weren't fantastic this week. But anyway, that's okay. I got a lot of stuff and I'm really happy. So let's have a look. I'm not complaining because I know people are doing it really, really tough, and this is obviously what I'm about to show beyond what some people can probably afford and get. So I'm not being picky and I'm not judging at all. I'm just saying in general it is really expensive and it's getting right up there. But milk, I got a lot of milk this week. Kids are on school holidays. They've already had a milkshake each. They couldn't wait for me to finish filming, which is totally fine. They've also had some Arnott's biscuits this morning. They've also had some of the strawberries this morning, and I did have 2 more of these, but as you can tell they got consumed, so whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna start purchasing more frozen veggies and fruit. I've gotten blueberries. They were half price. I think they were $2.75 for the packet, so they were half price. These are the Creative Gourmet ones. Trying to shop Australian where I can, but sometimes obviously the produce is from China or imported. It's choosing your battles. Again, like the milk, I've gone back to the Coles home brand milk. I would love to keep supporting the Norco, but it was getting really expensive given how much milk we go through every week. And yes, we go through this much milk every week, but I want to start stocking up on some frozen fruit and veg because they're just very handy to have when I ordered a lot of vegetables this week and we were out of stock. Lucky I have my veggie garden, so I've got zucchini and beans. I've actually still got, don't judge my fridge people, I've still got, this is one of the zucchinis that we picked last week. Look at the size of that. They're huge. They were huge coming out of the garden. So I think a packet of seeds, and I planted half the packet, cost me like $2.60, and I think we've gotten like 10 massive zucchinis. So it works out to be really great if you've got the room for it, and you don't need a lot of room. Or if you're a little bit of a green thumb, try planting some stuff. Maybe not big ticket items like carrots and that sort of thing, but some herbs, tomatoes, a strawberry plant and that kind of thing. Anything that just takes the edge off the groceries a little bit. But having things like these in the freezer I think are convenient. I think you can, with the blueberries, we're gonna make blueberry muffins. I'm gonna do a cooking video in the coming weeks. I'm gonna do some blueberry muffins, some chocolate pancakes, start stocking up to get ready for school lunch boxes again. We're gonna get right back on track with budget and grocery shopping, and not just to pop out to the shops and grab things because it's convenient, or pre-made things. Now, if you are a Coles shopper, I don't know about the other places, but Coles have had this thing for a while where price locked in until the 31st of January, and this is one of them, the crumbed chicken nuggets, the Coles brand one. My kids love these, and I've just got this horrible feeling that come the end of the 31st of January, the prices are going to soar. So I have been stocking up every week. When I do the groceries, I'm just like, you know what, grab another box. So last week I grabbed a box, the week before I grabbed the box, and if we pop over here, I'm pretty sure I've got a box sitting in there, and if I go down here, I've got a box sitting down there. I'm just stocking up. I'm trying to be smart about it. Now, I have worked out my budget for the year for groceries. I actually went well over last year. I'm going to do a video on it, but I'm going to try and get my groceries. I'm being a bit realistic, but trying to bring myself down and give myself a challenge as well, of $170 on average a week. I used to do groceries for about $140, $150, and that's how much it's jumped for us for a family of 4. With a cat and a dog. That's just what it is. Just got to work with it. I've grabbed some cheese this week because we're getting low. We're going to do tacos one night. So I've got my lettuce, tomato, cheese, carrot, and some taco shells over there. They were a substitute. The ones I ordered were out of stock, which is fine. I've got ham to do ham sandwiches of the week, ham cheese sandwiches, ham pickle sandwiches, ham salad sandwiches. Don't care. I've gotten my mince for the week. I'm going to put these into the freezer because that goes off on the 7th and that goes off on the 8th. I'm going to do a crumbed chicken one night, and I think I'm going to do like a actual chicken mince and do like a semi noodle through it. like a honey soy garlic ginger sauce and some veggies tossed through. Oh, who knows, might come up with something there. Just don't want to keep making the chicken meat patties. I want to try and give the kids a bit of variety, so I might do like a chicken mince stir fry or a senchao bao kind of a meal. I've got mushrooms. I do have chicken breast in the freezer. I might do a curry mushroom chicken dish, although it's really hot at the moment. We might even just do some pizzas, who knows. I grabbed my olive oil spread as per usual, and I've got some tonic water. Just liking having a nice afternoon drink at the moment because it's summer, and where we are, like I'm saying, it gets really muggy and hot in the afternoons, and it's just a nice way to cool down. Kids are on holidays, we're not going anywhere at the moment. I've got the kids the Arnott's Tiny Teddy biscuits, nice little treat for them. The cat bickies were on sale. I did order bread flour. They didn't have any, so they've given me this as a substitute, which is fine because it's unbleached, so I can still make bread with it. And then I've got self-raising flour behind it as well, so a bit of baking coming up like I mentioned, and my normal fruit and veg. Daughter still loves pears, which is great because they're still really cheap. I got some green apples and bananas. Bananas are going off really quick, so I'm not purchasing a lot. The kids also had a banana each, so I've got 3 left, and you can see they're all like a really dark yellow color, so I reckon by tomorrow they're probably going to be at the point where they're going to go into a smoothie or a banana cake, which is fine. We don't waste them. It's just they're turning really quickly. I'm even finding with a lot of the fruit, I'm putting it into the fridge because if I set it in the basket, just with the humidity, it goes off really quick. Really enjoying yellow nectarines at the moment. They will definitely be going into the fridge because I could consume them too quickly and it does upset my stomach a little bit. Carrots. I got a lettuce. My lettuce is done for the season in my garden. I'm out, so I'm back to buying lettuce. I got cherry tomatoes, loads of strawberries because they were a really good price point. Really good 2 bags of potatoes. I think the potatoes were $2.20 a kilo, which I thought was a really good price point. And then I stocked up a lot on pantry items. These were half price. I prefer to buy the bigger tubs, and then I just put them in the fridge. They stay fresh in the fridge longer, but the small ones were half price and they worked out cheaper per 100 grams. So I treat the kids, and as you can tell, my kids have really enjoyed that treat. These were one of the locked in till the 31st of January, so at $1.50 I grabbed 3 of those. I'm pretty sure these were locked in to the 31st of January, so I grabbed a few of those. I needed cat food. I grabbed 1 tin of baked beans, so I think that got me to my $200.90. And then bread. I got 2 loaves of bread because of school holidays at the moment. We are going through a lot of bread, toast, snacks, sandwiches and the likes, and I just thought I would treat myself to some raisin toast this week. I usually put it in the freezer and it does last like a few weeks, up to a month or 2, because I don't have it a lot. I might have it like with a cup of tea in the evenings if I have a really early dinner with the kids and I feel like a snack. I will cook myself some raisin toast. So that is the grocery haul for the week. I'm really happy with it given I bought a lot of dairy and meat this week, and I've got plenty of fruit and veg. I cannot complain at all, but definitely if you're noticing the pinch, I feel like there was another price hike with groceries last week. Start looking at your frozen fruit and veg. If you can't buy Australian made, buy what you can afford, but buying frozen I think is definitely a way to go. I almost bought frozen broccoli and cauliflower, and I wish I did because I was out of stock and they did not give me a substitute. So in the coming weeks I will definitely be buying more frozen. 1, because it's easy, I can chuck it in a stir fry or through a stew going into winter. 2, it's cheaper per kilo usually. Just double check, it's usually cheaper per kilo. It lasts a long time too in the freezer. I am looking at getting, if you've been following for quite a while at our last house and our house before, I had that little 3-drawer freezer that we got rid of when we got here because it actually got flooded and damaged, so that had to go. But my husband actually suggested that why don't you go out and get like a chest freezer, and I found a few on Marketplace for like $100–120. I'm thinking of getting one because when I do like all my bulk baking and cooking and getting back on track, because that is the best way to stick to your budget and save money, is cooking your own and cooking in bulk. Do it all at once. You've got 1 big pot to wash, not a pot every night to wash. I need somewhere to store it though, so we're really considering getting like a deep freezer. I'm just gonna buy like tubs, and in 1 tub it can be like frozen veg, and the other tub it can be like pre-made meals and uncooked meat and that sort of thing. So it is an investment. It will cost money on electricity, but I do think it's got some benefits with bulk cooking. Towards the end of last year, I'm not gonna lie, I was buying those little muffins from Coles and I think they were like $4.25 for a pack of 8. For me to make 8 mini muffins, I could probably make it for oh God, probably like $1 or something. And my kids would devour 2 packets a week. Because my kids have snacks. My son had lunch every day at school and he would go through like 1 or 2 muffins. I'd pick them up in the afternoons or as a treat for dinner. Anyway, it was getting really expensive. So if I have room to freeze and time to cook and freeze, I think it's going to be a really good option to do. But that is my first grocery haul of the year. Dinner's planned for the week. Look, I'm not going to not lie. We're still on a schmozzles. We still haven't finished the kitchen. We're still getting stuff finalized downstairs. And it kind of comes to the evening. I'm like, what can we bring together? Tonight might be tacos. Not too hard to take some mince out the freezer, and it takes about 30 minutes to thaw out because it's from the butcher and it's like a real thin packet comes in. So I've got plenty of things in the freezer. Worst case is I quickly cook the kids like potatoes, veg, and chuck some chicken nuggets into the air fryer, and then husband and I eat later and I can take more time to cook or thaw something out. I do know that I've got frozen meat pies in the freezer. I've got plenty of chicken nuggets. I've got frozen fish. I do not have any pre-made meals. I have not made curries. I do not have stir fries. I do not have meat marinating. So I'm limited on options, but in saying that, I can make a salad and we can cut some chicken nuggets and put it through. Or I've got my chicken I purchased today, and I do have meat in the freezer like a corn silver side, a roast lamb. Lamb shank's a bit too hot to eat at the moment, but I do have food. I probably just need to forward think a bit. If I'm going to be really honest, my board says December. It's what, the 5th of January today, and my December board, let me show you. This is how unorganized I've been because life has just been a little bit busy. I was trying to get organized and I put my December board up, and I put it up on the 23rd of December, and I filled in these sections here, and then nothing else got done. So I definitely want to get a little bit more organized with planning groceries and that sort of thing there. My fridge needs a really good clean out, as I'm sure everyone else's does as well. It's just that time of year where you need to go through and organize, prioritize, and set things up. I'm still aiming to do financial February, and I think in that little like mini series of a couple of episodes, I'm going to talk about budgeting, how I work out my grocery budget, how we got through the year, how to set ourselves up this year so we're hitting all our targets and we're not going to go over budget. So if my motivation stays the way it is and these renovations slowly wind down, we're up to sanding and painting. Gotta wait for a door to come. A big 3 glass panel door is due to come in late January. We're pretty much at the end of stage 1, which is fantastic because, to be honest, I don't have a vacuum cleaner anymore. I use a leaf blower. That's how messy and dirty my house gets every day from renovations. I use a leaf blower now. I don't use a vacuum cleaner. So I'd love to get back into some normality. But that is my grocery haul for the week. I'm really happy with it. I tried to stay within budget. My budget is $170. I spent $163.22. Couldn't be more happy with what I have purchased. Very lucky I was able to purchase all these things. Stay tuned for my next video. It'll be up sooner rather than later, I promise. I'm going to try to get better on scheduling this year. I have probably about 8 or 10 videos waiting for me to edit. They're going to get done. It's just a very filly process to edit a renovating video than just talking and chatting to you lovely people, and then I upload it. So we'll talk soon. Bye.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on